Welcome back to Talk of the Town. My next guest is Josh Trowbridge from Trowbridge Martial Arts Academy. Josh, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
So I guess my first question is, first of all, tell us what types of martial arts you guys teach over at Trowbridge.
We actually teach several systems. We teach Tung Sudo, which is a Korean stand-up system, specialized in self-defense. I also teach Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, which is a ground fighting system. And then we also do a full weapons program that combines Japanese, Korean, and Filipino martial arts.
Oh wow, you have quite a variety then over there. Okay.
Yes, we do.
So, and what sort of ages do you teach? I mean, do you have separate classes for kids and adults?
We teach everywhere from 4 to 104.
Okay.
We actually have separate kids and adult classes. The kids classes are from ages 4 to 12, and then the adults is obviously 13 and up.
13 and up. Who's the oldest client that you have? How old are they?
Currently, the oldest is in their 50s. My oldest student actually was in their 90s that I've ever had.
Was that a beginning student or somebody who had been studying for a number of years?
Beginning.
Okay.
I've actually had one that did the mixed martial arts program that I taught that had steel rod in his leg, 3 pins in his elbow. He was 70 years old and gave the 20-year-olds run for their money.
Really? Wow, that's incredible. So this is something that anybody can do.
Anybody can do it.
Awesome. Awesome. So talk to us a little bit about your martial arts background.
I've actually been training martial arts for going on 30 years now. I started when I was 3 years old.
Wow.
I've been teaching for going on 19 years. I started with my Tung Sudo training, actually from my dad, and I've trained in various systems throughout that time.
So this is really something that's been a big part, if not your entire life, for most of the time that you've been alive then.
Oh, definitely. That's actually how I met my wife. She's also one of the instructors at the school. She's secondary black belt. Both my kids train. Both my parents are masters along with me.
Do you guys ever spar, like when you fight, you and your wife or anything like that? Or?
Oh, we spar. It's fun.
That's got to be kind of fun at times. So, you are a traditional martial arts school. What does that mean to be a traditional martial arts school?
You'll hear different explanations of that, but what I consider traditional martial arts is that we don't train to compete. We actually train for self-defense purpose. So our primary goal is when we defend, on the street, I want you ready. So I don't care so much about the tournament.
Right, right. So, when you talk about the weapons program that you have, it's not something that's done to necessarily be flashy. It's done to be useful. Right?
Correct,
Yeah.
correct. It's actually traditional. I do Filipino Eskrima, Kali, which is more of the sticks,
Yeah.
the knives, different things, sword, staff.
What are some of the benefits of martial arts training? I mean, you mentioned self-defense. Can you talk to us about some of the other benefits of training with martial arts?
Obviously, self-defense is always the biggest
Right.
one that comes up. The next one is health, dramatic health, whether it's getting into shape. I've had students that have lost 20 pounds the first 2 months they're with me, because sometimes that's the only exercise they get.
Right.
Medically, I've had improvement. I've had people with neurological problems. I've had people with severe arthritis. So that's some of those things we try to emphasize is the betterment.
Sure.
Self-control, especially for kids, is a huge one.
And self-discipline too.
Self-discipline, self-confidence.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the biggest things that not the person training, but their family and friends see is that self-confidence part.
Sure. And it strikes me when we're talking about the physical fitness aspect of it that regardless of whether you're doing punches or kicks or whatever, you're really using 100% of your body.
Exactly.
I mean, in everything that you do in martial arts, you're using 100. You're using it all. You're all in.
I've had marathon runners that come in and are astonished on how sore they are.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, you talked a little bit about competitions and how traditional martial arts really doesn't focus on training for a competition. Is that something you do? I mean, do you ever have students that participate in competitions or anything?
Oh, we do. We definitely compete. It's not a requirement. It's not mandatory. We look at it as fun.
Yeah.
We travel and go have fun, and you actually get the chance to meet a lot of new people. I've actually personally competed internationally in the same tournaments. You have those same people every year you run into from somebody on the other side of the world.
Right.
That's that bond you develop.
That's really cool. That's very cool. Well, Josh Trowbridge from Trowbridge Martial Arts Academy, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Don't go away. When we come back, we'll hear from Holly from Monroe Street Fine Arts Center. It's Talk of the Town on CW57.